Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NFL Quick Talk podcast. And in today's episode, we will be looking at the Houston Texans offseason thus far. And it has been interesting to say the least. But before that, if you could subscribe to the channel, it would help us out a ton here as we continue to grow. Check out my college football podcast that is on my channel page. Now, let's get right into today's video. So with the Texans offseason here, I will start with the bit that I was confused by, and then I will work my way to the bits that I loved. And starting off, I thought that the Texans should have went out and gotten an elite running back. Running backs weren't paid all that much considering wide receivers, quarterbacks, defensive players, especially on the defensive line, are paid well more than what running backs are paid nowadays. So the Texans could have easily went out and got a player like Saquon Barkley. I really like that fit there. Josh Jacobs as well. And these were players that you could have, they would have cost you, but it wasn't like you weren't paying $100 million over a running back. It was going to be more like $40 million, $35 million for a running back. And instead they got Joe Mixon. Not a terrible player, but I think he's on a downward trajectory, and I don't think that he's going to be as well used down in Houston. So from there, we go to the draft. Now, in their draft, I did not think that they performed well at all. I get it. When you don't have a first-round pick, it's hard, but I thought Kamari Lassiter was a reach at the very least, and I don't think he's going to be quite NFL ready once he gets if he's thrust into a starting role. Now, I did like the Danielle Hunter signing more than the Stephon Diggs signing because when it comes to Danielle Hunter, the Texans did not have a number 2 edge rusher that was really on the level that they were looking for. So it was a need. They had a couple guys there, but it really was a need. And I thought that Danielle Hunter, when he's healthy, is one of the best edge rushers in the league at his position, defensive end. And when it comes to Stephon Diggs, yes, he will bring a lot of depth to that room, and in the fact that he's going to push everyone down one slot. So your number 1 guy last year, Nico Collins, is now your number 2 wide receiver, and that creates a lot more depth down the line and better players, getting into places where they're going to be more open. Nico Collins is going to be more open. But Stephon Diggs is not the receiver he used to be. I think he's phasing out of his prime now. He is still a top 10 wide receiver in my opinion. He will be an excellent addition to the Texans offense, but I think that was more of a luxury pickup than a need pickup. And the Danielle Hunter signing, in my opinion, was more of a need pickup rather than a luxury pickup. Although Danielle Hunter is like one of the best at his craft, I think that Danielle Hunter's signing was more important, and I liked it better because it was more important to the team itself rather than the Stephon Diggs trade, signing, acquisition, whatever you want to call it. But that does not mean that I don't like Stephon Diggs or that I don't like the Stephon Diggs acquisition. I thought it was a great luxury grab that they got. I just don't know if we're going to see prime Minnesota Vikings early on Bills Stephon Diggs. And then past that, the Vikings didn't really do too much else in the free agency period. They have a pretty good team. They had one before free agency, and now they have an even better one, in my opinion. So this free agency period was a success, in my opinion. It's just not one of the best ones in the league, like I see with the Eagles, like I see with the Steelers, and other teams that we will be discussing in future videos. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the Texans offseason down below, and I'll see you in the next one.